Welcome to RidgeLife. I'm Tim, and today we're going to be treating Cupcake, our meat rabbit, for ear mites. We got meat rabbits here on the ridge not too long ago for the first time, and we've got a New Zealand composite right here. This is Cupcake. She's a large brown rabbit, and we have our buck, which is Frosty. He's a New Zealand white. He's got the red eyes. He's in the middle there, and then on the far end we've got another New Zealand composite, and that is Peppa, and she's white with gray bands around her. Rabbits are doing very well, but we did notice some crusty material in Cupcake's ears here, and it's a lot. We checked the other two rabbits, and there's nothing like that. We talked to our rabbit breeder who we got our rabbits from. That would be Doug Cave at His Way Homestead, him and Shelly down there in northern Mississippi, and they said ear mites. Sure enough, you know, we can tell that after doing some research online that Cupcake has a fairly bad case of ear mites. Now, Cupcake's holding the ears still upright. That's a good sign. When they start to get floppy ear, or they get really sensitive, they're scratching at it all the time or shaking their head a lot, that would be a very, very bad case. Also, if you start seeing missing skin, a fur around their eyes, around their nose, the mites may be progressing outward from the ears onto their skin. We seem to have caught this case just the right time. Now, ear mites aren't that big of a deal on your meat rabbits. They're not going to cause the meat to taste any different. They're not going to shouldn't cause any major ailments in your rabbits unless it gets to be a really bad bacterial infection, which in most cases it doesn't happen that way, but we're going to nip this in the bud before it ever gets to there. Let's take a look inside of our rabbit's ear, see if you can see the mites. Of course, it's not going to want to, there we go. If y'all can see that, that is pretty nasty. Get a little closer for y'all. Y'all see that right there? That is some nasty buildup for ear mites. Let's look on this ear. See. Oh, sorry. You can tell that she does not like it. It's a little bit irritating to her. Mosquito, I'm sorry. I killed a mosquito. You don't need a mosquito biting you either, do you? There we go. If y'all can see that, that is some nasty buildup. Thanks to Shelly down at His Way Homestead and Healthy Homestead Chick, we've got a really good home remedy treatment for our ear mites and our rabbits. Now, you can go the pesticide route, and that would be ivermectin, which is really the best ear mite treatment for a pet rabbit, or if you want to nip it in the bud after like 1 or 2 applications. Now, that would be an injection of ivermectin based on the weight of your rabbit, or you can do the little droplets between their shoulders, an area where they can't lick. Now, the problems with pesticides is, of course, it's pesticides, and these are meat rabbits. Now, they're going to be, these 3 here are breeding rabbits, so we're not going to be eating them, but the does will be having kits soon, so we don't want to be passing on any type of pesticides to the babies, and of course we don't really want pesticides in our animals. So we're going to go with the home remedy method, and which should be as effective, but it takes a lot more applications and a lot more work to be effective. So what we're going to be doing today to treat the ear mites in Cupcake is we're going to use an oil method. And now an oil administered to the ears of the rabbit is going to effectively drown the mites. That oil is going to saturate them, and it's going to drown them. And of course that's why you have to do it every day. We're going to do it every day for a week. And then after that, we're going to do it every other day for a week. Now, what we're going to be doing is checking on the progress, because inside the ear is all kinds of sloughed off skin. It's a big scaly, nasty buildup of all this dead skin that these mites have been eating on for however long they've been infected. And that skin gets very irritated also. So we're going to treat with coconut oil, and that's going to be the main ingredient of our home remedy. And coconut oil, you know, inside your house is solid. It's a thick, almost like a Crisco inside the house. But outside, when it's as warm as it is now, you can see it's liquid. You can see a little bit solid in there, because I brought it from inside our home, and I had to let it get warm out here in our September weather here in West Tennessee. But You want it to be liquid, so don't keep it in your house in the air conditioner or keep it outside in the cold in the wintertime. It'll be thick, it'll be a solid. The second ingredient in our ear mite treatment is going to be 100% pure tea tree oil. Now what the tea tree oil does is it acts as a soothing antiseptic to the ear. The mites don't like the tea tree oil either, so that's going to be one added benefit, but it's going to act again to soothe and to help remove any bacterial infections to a point that the rabbit would have inside the ear. As I'm going to fill up this little 5-ounce container about 2/3 full of coconut oil, and I've got a dropper here, and then I'm going to put about maybe one dropper full of tea tree oil into our 5-ounce container. Once we have that mixed up, what I'm going to do is apply 1 full dropper in each ear daily. And I'll be monitoring the ear, and that scaly buildup and all that should start to dissipate towards the end of that first week. And then, as long as I'm seeing it dissipate like that, then I'll switch to every other day, applying again 1 dropper full in each ear. Now, one thing you don't want to do is try to remove all that scaly buildup in the ear. It's going to cause irritation. You could cause an infection that your rabbit may not survive. Applying the oil, the natural tendency for the ear to be cleaned, the mites will start to die, and all that will start to go away on its own. So by the end of the week, you really should start to see a very, very clear ear. Besides not having to scrape all that out of the ear, you really don't want to jam this down in the ear. You just want to get that dropper down in there, and you can kind of hold the rabbit, keep it comfortable, maybe to cover the eyes, and you can just kind of lightly massage or hold the ear. Really, the thing is, you just want to hold it, let the oil get down in the ear canal. If you just put the dropper in and walk away, the rabbit's going to shake, 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 and throw the oil towards the outside. You kind of want to soothe the rabbit and hold it, and that way as much gets down the ear canal as possible. Let's mix our oils up, and then we'll apply our remedy. All right, we'll get our container here. And this is about a 5.2 ounce container, I believe. Set that right there. And get my coconut oil. You see it's a little bit solidified. I'll get that mixed up, and I'm just gonna, again, I need enough to treat for about 2 weeks. So I'm gonna fill it about 2/3 the way full, about right there. And we'll get our 100% pure tea tree oil. Now this stuff, whoo, it is strong. You can really smell it. You know, you just need a few drops if you're going to do a very acute dose. Now for this large container here, again, I'm going to do 1 full dropper full. Okay, so there's 1/2 dropper. Put that down in there. Do 1 more. 1/2 dropper. There we go. That should be good. Again, I'll close this up. All right, let's mix this all up really nicely. Just use my my little stopper there. Again, I'm going to tuck the head. Tuck that. Now, you see how I picked the rabbit up by the hips here? I just cut my fingers around the hip, and I'm not really squeezing the abdomen. I'm not really squeezing any of the organs, and it really doesn't give them a chance or anything to grab a hold of, because their claws are so sharp. And you'll see a lot of people wear Kevlar sleeves and stuff, but that's a really easy way to pick your rabbit up, and they won't go crazy. Now, when you put your rabbit in your arms, tuck the head down in your elbow like that, and that really secures them, makes them feel so much more comfortable. So, what we're going to do, there's a 1/2 dropper. Put that down in there. One side there. Now, long as I got her secured, she's not going to throw her head all crazy around. But if I was to pull her, if I was to let her go, she'd be flopping her head everywhere right now. All right, I'm going to clean this dropper off. Now, obviously, I'm not going to keep this after this treatment phase is done. I'm not going to keep the rest of that liquid, because there may be things in there growing, because I did have this inside of her ear. Now, I'll disinfect this as well before I use it on another animal. I'm just going to rub that down in just a little bit, not much, just to massage it in there. Again, she's being so good, so good. And she doesn't like that a bit. And see, yeah, the oil's starting to come out a little bit. Oh, that's nasty. It's really strong. That tea tree oil is really strong. Okay. Now she'll just lick off any that comes on her side. She'll just lick it off. And tea tree oil, very safe. It's safe for human consumption. That is an essential oil, therapeutic grade, and also the coconut oil is for human consumption also. So very safe for the animals to lick on and get off their fur. All right, let's put her in and we'll see if she shakes her head. Again, I'm going to grab her behind the pelvis there, in front of the pelvis, I mean. Okay, let's put her back down in, put her on her tile there. Now see her start to shake her head? Now she's scratching. Now see, she would have been doing that like crazy if I just dropped her ear from here, and then it wouldn't have had the opportunity to get down in there like it did a second ago. No. So that really good way. Now she's just rubbing it and getting it all. She's licking off the excess oil. We'll do this every day for a week, and then every other day for a week, and she should be clear. I'll give you some updates on the progress, and hopefully she'll be mite free. Here's pretty Miss Cupcake. We've been putting the oil in her ears for a week now, and I probably could have gone with just a half a dropper full. You can see all the oil all around her face and her ears. A half a dropper full probably would have sufficed. We finished the week of doing it every day, and now we're going to do it every other day for a week, and I'm probably going to go to a half a dropper every other day. I think a 1 dropper full is a little bit too much oil. That's a pretty large dropper, so I think it'd be just fine. So the moment of truth, let's see what the inside of her ears look like. And you gotta remember how crusty they were before. Let's see if she lets, oh, look how clean those are in there, everybody. Clean ears. Let's get the other one checked. Hopefully my light's not, oh, look at that. That is so clear. Well, she's doing real well. The ears are, I don't see any of the mite build up. There's a little bit of brown residue and one left. Again, as we put the oil in there, you know, she clears out. I haven't scraped any of that gunk out. That's all been natural by her. So she's doing really well. We're going to continue on for another week of giving the oil every other day. The reason we do that is the first week was killing all the active mites that were inside her ear. The second week is going to kill anything that is hatched from eggs that are inside her ear. So, you know, it's like a 2 or 3 week life cycle for these mites. So going the 2 full weeks is going to allow us to ensure that the egg cycle gets interrupted with the oil killing anything that is hatched. Well, she's doing great. Her ears look great, and you can see that, you know, she's got oil on her and she's been cleaning that off. Her coat's beautiful. We don't see any other signs of mites anywhere on her. So we nipped this in the bud pretty quick. Hope everyone enjoyed watching us treat Cupcake for ear mites there. You know, it's something very common in bunnies, and if you get ahead of it, get on top of it, you can take care of it without any type of pesticides or harmful chemicals. So until next time, Cupcake and I are going to say, hope everyone has a blessed day, and go Ridge Life. Look at there. Rabbit water not only feeds the rabbits, it's feeding the water and the bees.